I think where the need for flexibility comes in a bit more with the smaller biotech companies that are entering the field or have just maybe some phase one work done that's been done in an academic environment. Three main things. They start this company, they have no idea or understanding of the regulatory pathway. They have no idea of planning out strategic and, to the point made, stage development and then how best to work your contracts with the CDMO. And they have no clue about submitting an RFP and covering those type things. And so I think, while it's not directly the responsibility of a CDMO, I think that if a CDMO for input and quotes, et cetera, that they in turn are kind of an introductory package. Here is our proposal for more of a stage development, given the overview of your program. Let's look at this part. Let's look at this part. Because I think that stage development is really important, especially given that most of these companies will have no idea what their strategic path to commercialization is at that point. It's easy for them to come and say, my investor wants me to lay out and find a CDMO that can take me from phase one all the way to commercialization. Well, that's a lofty goal, and you cannot cover that in one SOW. So if a CDMO can guidance of how to effectively build forward, as well as how to effectively supply tech transfer information, a lot falls apart and makes it very difficult for CDMOs, not getting the adequate information, even though they don't know how to pull together a tech transfer package. They've got data, but they don't know what and how to present it to CDMOs. So unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know how to look at it. I've gone through quite a history of CDMOs, plus running my own facilities. So retrospectively, I think those are things that can help small biotech starting out.
I think there's a point here, Lou. I would just want to piggyback on what Don was saying, is that the CDMO often has a lot of experience with the regulatory pathway, much more than the sponsor. And, as part of being flexible is trying to educate your potential customer in terms of outlining what they're going to need and educating them as part of the RFP process so that they know and that the sponsor company can, adequately budget with contingency, hopefully. I think that's a big point here of flexibility. Is CDMOs tend to be, this is what I can do, you tell me what you want. It'd be really helpful for CDMOs to reach out, especially with these smaller clients or clients that are in newer modalities, to help educate them, to make them understand what is really required and what are the true timelines. I think that's important.
Yeah, can I add something? This is like a really important point that Seishi and Donna brought out on regulatory flexibility. We see it in both ends. We see sometimes CDMOs are helping our clients, who have helped our clients before we got involved with regulatory documents, and they're written so detailed that really hampers the ability to take transfer or make any process modification. And the other end, sometimes we see for late stage program, the regulatory documents don't have the appropriate details for comparability, extended characterization, some of the tech transfer requirements, and so on. So we see it from both ends, and we don't want to be in a situation where the regulatory documents are too tightly written or so loosely written that it cannot be approved.